Hey everyone, Once Bitten here with another battle report. So I brought out the Empire for the first time in a while. I had finished painting my great swords. I thought it'd be a good time to let them see the battlefield. And we were kind of preparing for an upcoming tournament, even though the points aren't quite right for it. But both of us are just kind of playing with lists that maybe aren't the normal ones we would take. So anyway, the field is as you can see it. Starting on my right, he's got a unit of Warhounds and a chariot. Then he built his list around 4 units of 18 Chaos Warriors each, all with halberds, all with the mark of Khorne. So they can dish out the hurt, but at least they're relatively small and manageable. And he's doing that because of the comp system for the tournament. So there's a couple units of warriors here. In the center picture is also his spellcaster, only level 2. Now, I brought the Lore of Metal, and he has the third eye of Zinch, so he can steal my spells. And against the Steam Tank, that is very, very bad. So I was a little bit worried about that going into it. He's got a chariot next to it, some more warriors behind it. He's got his general behind him. Uh, Kind of a typical build. He's got, I think, a 2 or 3 up armor save and then a 3 up ward save and a Crown of Command. So he can go in there and just hold up units forever, which is I'm very, very worried about. Uh, in the rearmost unit, he's got his Exalted Hero Battle Standard Bearer. So basically, all his Chaos Warriors have the mark of Khorne, and all his characters have the mark of Tzeentch. There's some more Warhounds, another unit of warriors, and like that unit of warriors, we see those two Marauder on horse behind him. Those are just proxying in because he didn't have the models put together yet for his warriors. So I kind of like his build. I'm definitely worried about all the pain he can deal out, and I'm worried about that general. But it's kind of I'm kind of looking forward to the game. It seems like kind of a fun list. So here on the right, I've got 10 crossbowmen, even though they look like handgunners, they're not. I've got a captain on a Pegasus, equipped as you can see. I never would have thought to do this, but I'm basing my list off something I found on the internet, and I thought that was a very clever idea. There's a cannon in the lower left-hand corner of this picture, 45 halberdiers in the upper left. In with the halberdiers is my witch hunter. I just love the idea behind that guy. Giving him the speculum, I think, is fantastic. He has a charm shield because why not? Just behind him is a Wizard Lord level 4 Lore of Metal with a Dispel Scroll. I wanted to use Metal because I just really I've never had the opportunity to use it before, and I wanted to see if I liked it. She was supposed to go in a unit of 10 archers, and I forgot to put them in the list. So next to them are some Inner Circle Knights, only 8 of them, and then I have 2 characters. One is my general. He's an Archlector, equipped as you can see. And then next to him, I've got the Battle Standard Bearer. So the Battle Standard Bearer has, I believe, a 1-up rerollable armor save. My general has, I believe, a 2-up armor save, -1 to hit in close combat. And then, of course, there's a standard of discipline. So they're stubborn, 10 rerollable. Pretty nice unit. It seemed weird putting them in the middle of my lines, but I was actually thinking that I want options for them to push up and then charge towards the outside so that my halberdiers can get closer to my middle and they can just kind of take care of units that way. Got a steam tank behind it, a Celestial Hurricanum, because why not? Next to that, I've got 39 great swords, completely painted, finally. And then I've got the great swords have 2 units of 5 archers each. And I want to give credit to the screen name Quantums from WarhammerEmpire.com. I did not copy his list exactly, but I did get some ideas from it, especially the Inner Circle Knights and the Captain of the Pegasus. And so give credit where credit's due. I got the roll to go first, and I move up as you can see. Yeah, I think my opponent was surprised I moved up as far as I did, but I'm not afraid to get in combat with them one-on-one as long as I can do it on my terms, and I find that's easier to do if you just go ahead and force the issue a little bit. Sorry about the uber flash on this picture, but we go to Empire turn 1, of course. My steam tank rolls up, I shoot a cannon. I was hoping to maybe kill a few Chaos Warriors and maybe hit his general as well, but his general has a 3-up ward save. I rolled a 10 for the not the bounce, but the overflight. It went right over the top of the Chaos Warriors, but hit his general, wounded him, and then he failed his ward save, and then I did 4 wounds, and right off the bat, his general on the disc is dead. And it's so funny because that's why you take cannons and steam tanks and stuff. I just feel like such a dirtbag whenever it actually works. Anyway, he took it in good stride. We go to his turn. He moves up, as you can see. This is the right hand side. You can see I've already shot one of his Chaos Warhounds over here, and here on the left. And those Chaos Warhounds in front of my steam tank don't bother me a bit. I'm going to plow into them and then sit there, and he is welcome to charge me with anything he wants. Matter of fact, I hope that he charges me with his Chaos Warriors so that hopefully he'll be in my flank, and then I can just countercharge him my next turn. So Empire turn 2, and we're getting to action very quickly. So if you, let's see, starting on the right, we have my Inner Circle Knights with my characters going against that Chaos Warrior unit. And one thing I forgot to say is they actually have flaming attacks, and so I was tempted to take my General and my BSB into it alone because both of them have 2 upward saves against flaming attacks. And then I decided just to throw the Knights in there. They'll have Hatred, Strength 6. Let's just see if we can beat that unit and run them down. I take the Captain on Pegasus into his left unit, or the middle unit of Chaos Warriors, really in an assassination against his level 2 caster. That's the only reason I'm sending him in there. I feel like the trade would be nice. I don't know what the points equal out to, but I don't care. I'll trade my Pegasus for that sorcerer any day. And I'll go ahead and take the steam tank into the Chaos Warhounds. So just a close-up picture. There we go. Need to get those guys painted. Yeah, dogs aren't going to last long there. And after combat. So a lot of weird things happened here. For one, yeah, he killed 3 Inner Circle Knights, which I don't know what the odds are on that. That seemed about right. But my guys just did a ton of wounds to him. I got him down to where he was not steadfast, and then we just plowed right through him. So I was a little bit surprised that we did that many wounds, but yeah, they did well. The Captain on Pegasus goes in there, and the level 2 was unable to wound him, and he was able to get 2 wounds on that guy just barely. Just I had to re-roll my. I have Ironhard hooves on my Imperial Pegasus, and so he gets to re-roll the stomp attack wounds, and that's what it took, and it killed him. And again, this guy had like a 5 up ward save and didn't make any, so very happy with that. This guy's going to die very, very soon to these Chaos Warriors, and I don't care. So Warriors of Chaos turn 2. He countercharges the steam tank. Obviously killed the Warhounds, so he takes his chariot into the steam tank, just trying to get some wounds on it, make it less effective. His Chaos Warriors charge my archers on the left, who flee, and then he fails his charge against my greatswords. And then over here on the right, he really just takes his Battle Standard Bearers unit and turns to flank to face my Inner Circle Knights. And you can't really see it, but on the right he has his chariot over there that turns, so I'm kind of sandwiched in between them and can't really escape. So that isn't wonderful. There's just another angle on it. And after combat, I couldn't believe it. One, he didn't kill my Captain on Pegasus. I absolutely couldn't believe it. Could only do 1 wound to him. I still don't know how that possibly happened. Anyway, go to Empire turn 3, and I decided to go ahead and charge the great swords into the leftmost unit of warriors. I'm not going to be able to avoid them forever. At least I can do it on my turn, so I can throw magic their way and try to get things to go in my favor as much as possible. The Chaos Chariot actually came in and did a wound to the steam tank, so go figure. Decided to go ahead and take the halberdiers in there just to make sure I get that thing dead. I charged the Celestial Hurricanum in mainly because it was the only way I could get it within 6 inches of my great swords. If I just moved my normal movement, I don't think I could quite do it. And then I moved my archers in the lower right. I moved them up because I'm thinking I'm going to kill this chariot. I'm going to reform with the halberdiers, and then he's going to charge with his Chaos Warriors. And I want to at least have the option of fleeing and bouncing through a unit if I don't like how that looks. If you look on the upper right, took my general out of the unit and put him facing those Chaos Warriors. He's not going to last for too long up there, but he is pretty survivable. He's got Crown of Command. The BSB is within 12 inches. I think he can hold up that unit for a while if he needs to. And then I took the rest of the Inner Circle Knights with the Battle Standard Bearer and turned around, swift reformed, and faced the chariot. Basically, I'm saying bring it on. I don't relish the idea of those impact hits, nor of the 2 Chaos Warriors on the chariot. But these guys have a 1-up armor save. My Battle Standard Bearer has a 1-up rerollable. I'll have 2 banners. I think over time I'll wear them down and break them through combat res. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. After combat, it looks like this. Yeah, the chariot didn't last long at all, but it did put another wound on my steam tank. I couldn't believe it. Miraculously, look at the captain on Imperial Pegasus. He's still sitting there. I can't believe he didn't die. And this is actually huge because I assumed that he would die and then the Chaos Warriors could charge my Halberdiers on his turn. Now that's on his turn. He's going to have to uh, to fight the Imperial Pegasus, and then on my turn I'll have the choice to charge whoever I want. Now, not only is the Imperial Pegasus guy not dying, because of the hold the line rule, he's not breaking from combat, which is just awesome. If you look on the left, that was just bloody. During the magic phase, I got the +1 to hit bonus on the great swords. So the Celestial Hurricane gave him +1 to hit, and that spell gave him +1 to hit. So they were hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s. His Chaos Warriors were hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s. Both of us were saving on 6s. It was just bloody. I think he rolled above average here by a lot, by, well, whatever. But um, I can't complain because over the course of the game he hasn't been doing that. But that was just a bloody combat. Yeah, there's a close up. Way to go, great swords. Taking a unit that big is such a point sink, but this is kind of what they're for. And over here, the survivability of that captain is just amazing. And we go to Warriors Chaos turn 3. What's he going to do? He charges his Battle Standard Bearer out of the Chaos Warrior unit alone into my general. And I don't think that's a bad idea necessarily. But anyway, he did that, and then just turned his Chaos Warriors around to come help out with the Great Swords, I think. In the upper right, his Chariot charged my Battle Standard Bearers unit, and really nothing else is going on there. Of course, he has no shooting, he has no magic phase. Yeah. So after this is all before combat close-ups. After combat, it looks like this. The captain on Pegasus finally died, and I feel that he did his job wonderfully. The great swords finished off the rest of those Chaos Warriors on the left. I was very, very happy about that. If you look on the upper right, the Chaos Chariot came in, and with its impact hits alone, killed 4 Inner Circle Knights. I had a 1-up armor save modified to a 3-up. He got 4 wounds. I failed all 4 of them. His crew killed my champion, and then the only thing I had left was my Battle Standard Bearer. He won by a lot. Hold the line with the leadership and reroll. He stuck around. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe that Chariot took out a unit of Inner Circle Knights. A big pillow fight between my general and his BSB, and we look like this. So the Great Swords won. Great. Better than losing. But now they're so weakened, there's really nothing else they can do. I mean, I can't take them into either of these units. They'll just die. Yeah, this combat just had my jaw on the floor. I couldn't believe it. And this one, whatever. This arch lector can't do many wounds, but he is pretty survivable. So this one actually didn't surprise me too much. So we go to Empire turn 4. I go ahead and take the Halberdiers into his Chaos Warriors. I kind of think what's going to happen here. Here's my prediction. I'm going to get +1 to hit, plus I have my magic phase to buff me. He's going to do a ton of wounds to me. I'm going to do a ton of wounds back. He'll win. I'll be steadfast on a 9 rerollable. And I think I can win the War of Attrition. So I think I like that matchup there. The Steam Tank zooms ahead so that his Chaos Warriors can't charge the Great Swords. And my plan is just to try to tie them up with the Steam Tank and take the Great Swords, just walk them around till they're in their flank, and I can get a charge in their flank later on. So here's a close-up of that battle. That's a lot of Halberdiers that are going to die. And okay, so a lot of weird things happen here. The most important one was the the fight with the Halberdiers and the Chaos Warriors was very bloody. You could see his units cut in half. My units cut in a third anyway. He won. I was steadfast 9 rerollable, and I rolled an 11 and 11, and I broke. Couldn't believe it. So they overran into the flank of my Celestial Hurricanum. They're easily going to chop that up on his turn, and with their overrun will very likely hit the rear of my halberdiers and finish them off. So that's not good. If you look on the upper right, my battle standard bearer just kind of slapped around the Chaos Chariot. I'm not sure I did any wounds. I think I won because I had a banner. He didn't do any wounds to me. He broke from combat. I decided to restrain because I wanted my reroll nearby. And if you look at the BSB general battle, I actually did a wound to him, and he hasn't done a wound to me yet. So kind of surprised what's going on there. And then this battle is just so wonky back and forth. So his turn. The I guess I wasn't surprised he didn't charge my steam tank. Um, yeah, he just didn't care. So he's offering the steam tank a free charge into his flank. Maybe he was hoping there's a chance that I would not be able to generate steam points. Maybe I'd blow up, misfire or something. He charged into my Celestial Hurricanum, and that's not good. And then over here, he rallied the chariot, and then his war dogs, warhounds, parked right in front of my battle standard bearer. So I'll probably charge the warhounds, probably win an overrun, and then his chariot's going to come in and get impact hits again against my BSB. It worked for him last time. I can't blame him for the plan. So after combat, yeah, he does 4 wounds out of 5 for the Celestial Hurricanum. So I was very impressed with its survivability. He couldn't run it down, but he did go far enough to hit the halberdiers. And then my great swords were within 6 inches of the halberdiers when they were destroyed, and so they took a panic test, failed it, and had to run away from the nearest enemy unit. And so they are where you can see them, which is just absolutely awful. So now I'm hoping they don't rally and keep on running, but if they rally, his warrior's just going to go in there, and I think he'll finish me off. So we go to Empire turn 5. The Great Swords rally. The Celestial Hurricanum does not. Continues to run. I take the steam tank into the flank of the warriors in the woods. And this is where I think he made a big mistake because he's not steadfast in the woods. And so I threw 3 steam points at my movement. So when I hit him, I get D6 plus 3 D3 impact hits, which I'm going to win that combat by a lot, and he won't be steadfast. The problem is I won't run him down. So I'll break him from combat. I might break him from combat, and then he'll be safe, and then hopefully he just won't rally and run off the board. But that's all I could hope for. So there's a close up. The great swords are not in a great position there. This I'm very happy about, and went ahead and charged Battle Stand Bear into the Warhounds. Then during the magic phase, she cast one of the lower metal spells that killed one or I think she got Irresistible Force, killed 2 Chaos Warriors, and then on the miscast rolled a 7, so it did no harm. And then during the shooting phase, my cannon was kind of in their flank enough. It was in their flank, but was able to hit 2 of the Chaos Warriors with a straight line and killed 2 more. So now, if that unit charges my great swords, I'll take that. I mean, they'll have 12 attacks, but I'll have numbers. I should be able to do at least 4 wounds to them. And predictably, I killed a bunch. He broke. I think he was on 1, Snake Eyes. Didn't run off the board, so now I just hope he doesn't rally. And then over here, yeah, my Battle Standard Bearer easily kills 2 War Dogs. I pursue, hoping to get out of range of his chariot, or at least so that his chariot has a chance of failing to charge. And overall, the board looks like that. So we go to Warriors Chaos turn 5. Chariot charges my Battle Standard Bearer. We're still in the pillow fight between my general and his battle Standard Bearer. His warriors rally, bummer. And on the left, he decided to go ahead and charge his warriors in just for the heck of it. And I thought that was very cavalier. I think, almost certainly I'm going to kill him to a man. Like, he's going to do a lot of wounds, but I'll have enough coming back that I'll kill him. Yeah, there you go. Close-ups all the way around. Yeah, I'm very, very worried about the chariot in the rear of my battle standard bearer. And then after combat, it looks like this. If you look, the chariot hit my battle standard bearer. Didn't do any wounds. He's got a 1-up rerollable, and that was nice. Withhold the line and the reroll and the leadership, I was able to win and turn around. My general took the 2nd wound off his battle standard bearer, which was just awesome. Now, if you look on the left, his Chaos Warriors, one combat, I only did one wound in return. I couldn't believe it. One wound. I was stubborn 8 and I failed it, and he did not run me down. So it ended looking like that. I can't believe I only did one wound on him. I was so mad about that. Of course, I was hitting on 4s, wounded on 3s. I mean, whatever. Actually, I take that back. I don't remember how we played it because the Celestial Hurricane was right there and it's fleeing. And I don't know if fleeing makes it so you don't get the +1 or not. I just really don't know. And I don't remember how we played it, to be honest. Otherwise, there's the rest of the board, and the game ended like that. So it was a victory to the Empire, a real weird back and forth kind of game. I felt I got really, with the exception of a couple combats with his Chaos Warriors that just killed everything, and failing the 2 stubborn 9s, I felt that pretty much everything went my way. So I don't think it was is very indicative of this list, and how good it might be. But it was a great fun back and forth game regardless.